Caitlin Clark is amazed when Odyssey Sims disguises herself as her to make a three-pointer from her territory. Odyssey Sims has built her career on speed, strength, and a relentless drive to the basket. But on Tuesday night in Indianapolis, the 32-year-old guard briefly slipped into someone else's role, one that belongs to her more famous backcourt teammate, Caitlin Clark. Midway through the fourth quarter of the Indiana Fever's 95-75 rout of the Seattle Storm, Sims found herself stranded well beyond the arc as the shot clock dwindled. With just 3 seconds remaining and a defender in her face, she had no choice but to let it fly from 35 feet, a spot usually reserved for Clark. The ball banked and off the glass, sending the crowd into a frenzy and Clark herself to her feet in disbelief. "I did not think it was going in. I was just as surprised everybody else. Y'all saw my face," Sims admitted with a laugh. "I was like, oh my goodness, it went in. And here we go, right back like I knew it was going to happen. But I didn't. But hey, that just shows we was having a great night collectively. Not just myself, but my team included. It was just everything was going right for us." The shot was more than a highlight reel moment. It symbolized how much more comfortable Sims has become since signing with the Fever on August 10th. When Clark went down with a lingering groin injury, Indiana's depth at point guard evaporated. Sydney Colson and Ari McDonald had already been ruled out for the season, leaving head coach Stephanie White scrambling for options. Sims, who had just one practice before debuting, was thrust into the lineup with little preparation. After easing in off the bench, she has now started 4 straight games, looking more confident each night. Her 22 points and 6 assists against Seattle not only paced Indiana, but also underscored her ability to adapt quickly in an offense that revolves around Clark's playmaking. White praised her veteran guard for embracing the challenge. "Her gift is her ability to get to the rim," White said. "It's the ability to get downhill. She was aggressive, and she made the right reads. When she needed to see the collapse and pass it off, she did. When she had the advantage, she went to the rim. I just thought she played a really good pace, and I thought she played aggressive offensively, and it's exactly what we need." Tuesdays when snapped Indiana's 3-game losing streak and kept them firmly in the playoff race. For Sims, the performance was her clearest statement yet that she can shoulder responsibility while Clark works back toward full health. By becoming only the second Fever player after Clark to reach 50 points and 25 assists in fewer than 6 games, she carved out her own slice of franchise history. Sims said her quick adjustment has been made easier by the players around her. "I'm surrounded by some really great players," she explained. "They're great teammates, so just continuing to learn, especially defensively and offensively, just to stay aggressive and just do the little things, continue to be an energy player, try my best to just do the best I can. Like I said, great teammates around me, and they're going to continue to uplift me." Caitlin Clark had seen almost everything on a basketball court: triple teams, defenders grabbing at her jersey, opponents screaming her name to try and rattle her rhythm. But on this night, she saw something so uncanny, so downright unreal, that she momentarily forgot she was supposed to be in the middle of a WNBA game. It was Fever versus Dream, a late summer matchup with playoff implications. The Fever had been fighting to stay alive, and Caitlin, fresh off a nagging injury, was determined to remind the league why her range had become the stuff of legend. She had already knocked down a couple of her trademark deep threes from Caitlin territory, that zone 2-3, sometimes even 4 steps beyond the arc where only the brave dare to shoot. But then it happened. Midway through the second quarter, Odyssey Sims checked in for Atlanta. A seasoned veteran, Sims had never been shy about confidence, swagger, or a little gamesmanship. As she jogged onto the court, Caitlin noticed something odd. Sims had tightened her ponytail the way Caitlin usually did before big shots. She even tugged her jersey in the same absent-minded fashion Clark did between whistles. "She's mocking me," Caitlin whispered to Aaliyah Boston with a half-smile. Aaliyah shrugged. "Better take it as a compliment." The play unfolded. Sims brought the ball up. She dribbled deliberately, pounding it low, almost copying Caitlin's rhythm. The crowd buzzed, sensing something unusual. And then, as if the basketball gods were scripting pure theater, Sims pulled up, Not from the line, not from 2 steps behind it, but from Caitlin's exact territory. The form, the release, even the tiny hop afterward. It was eerily familiar. Swish! The arena gasped. For a heartbeat, even Fever fans couldn't help but cheer. Caitlin froze. Did she just become me? The Fever's bench howled with disbelief, some clutching their heads, some laughing at the audacity. The Dream's bench exploded with celebration. And Sims? She jogged back down the court with a little smirk, tapping her chest, then pointing at Caitlin as if to say, I borrowed that one from you. It wasn't just the shot. It was the swagger. Sims started pacing the floor with the same confidence Caitlin carried. The fans were eating it up, chanting, Odyssey, Odyssey, every time she touched the ball. Caitlin, usually unflappable, felt her competitive fire stoked like never before. She laughed, but behind the smile was a spark. All right, if you want to play me, then let's see if you can keep up. On the next possession, Clark demanded the ball. No decoys, no hesitation. She dribbled once, twice, then launched from her logo range, the real Caitlin range. Swish! The crowd erupted. She turned to Sims, pointing to the floor. That's my territory. Sims didn't back down. She dribbled into another 3 from deep, banking it and off the glass. The crowd roared even louder. Now it wasn't just a game. It was a duel, a playful, electric impersonation turned rivalry. Each time Caitlin sank one, Sims mimicked her motion and tried to match it. Each time Sims scored, she exaggerated Caitlin's mannerisms, even miming her fist pump celebration. The referees let it ride, knowing they were witnessing something more entertaining than any whistle could stop. By halftime, the highlight reels were overloaded. Commentators were calling it the Spider-Man meme come to life. Caitlin pointing at Odyssey, Odyssey pointing back. Social media was exploding with side-by-side clips of Clark and Sims' identical moves. But inside, Caitlin was wrestling with 2 emotions, awe and determination. Awe, because Odyssey Sims, veteran, fearless, unpredictable, had somehow pulled off being Caitlin Clark for nearly an entire half. Determination, because there was no way she was going to let anyone, even Odyssey Sims, out-Clark Caitlin Clark. The second half was a showcase of mutual respect wrapped in competition. Caitlin started stretching the floor even further, daring Sims to follow. Sims answered by mixing in flashy drives and step-backs, reminding everyone she was still her own player, not just an impersonator. At one point, after Sims drilled yet another deep 3, Caitlin couldn't help but clap her hands and nod. All right, I see you.